Every morning at exactly 6:10, Ravi stands at the same bus stop. Same street, same tired shoes, same quiet thought in his mind. This is just my life. 10 years ago, Ravi stood here. Today, he's still here. But something strange happened over those 10 years. Another man who started in the exact same place didn't stay there. This isn't a story about luck. It isn't about talent. It's about something far more powerful: mindset, and how two ordinary people can end up living completely different lives. Ravi and Arjun grew up on the same street, same small houses, same crowded schools, same struggles. Their parents worked long hours just to keep food on the table. Growing up, both boys heard the same things every day. Money is hard to get. Rich people are different. Be grateful for what you have. Neither Ravi nor Arjun questioned these words. They simply accepted them as truth. Because when you hear something your entire childhood, it stops sounding like an opinion. It becomes reality. Years later, both men got jobs in the same factory. The work was repetitive, long hours, low pay. Most days felt exactly the same. But one evening after work, something small happened. Arjun sat down with a notebook. Ravi laughed. "What are you doing?" he asked. Arjun shrugged. "Trying to figure out how money actually works." Ravi shook his head. "Why bother? People like us just work and survive." Arjun didn't argue, but that moment quietly created the first gap between them. Ravi accepted life. Arjun started questioning it. Every Friday, they both got paid. Ravi spent his money quickly. Good food, new gadgets, small things that made the week feel worth it. "Life is short," he would say. Arjun was different. He still enjoyed life, but he saved a small part of every paycheck. Not because he had more money, but because he had a different question in his mind. What if this money could work for me? Ravi thought about surviving the week. Arjun thought about changing the future. Ravi often complained about work, the long hours, the unfair boss, the low pay. But every time Arjun suggested learning new skills or trying something different, Ravi replied the same way. "That sounds risky." Ravi wasn't lazy, he was afraid. Because trying something new meant one terrifying possibility: failure. And failing publicly felt worse than staying stuck privately. So Ravi chose the safer path, the path he already knew, even if it kept him exactly where he was. After work, Ravi usually went home exhausted. He watched videos, talked with friends, waited for the next day. Arjun also felt tired, but he used 1 extra hour every night to learn. Sometimes it was about money, sometimes about skills. Most nights it felt slow and frustrating. But Arjun understood something Ravi didn't. Small improvements compound over time, just like interest, just like habits. As months passed, Ravi started noticing something. Arjun spoke differently. He asked new questions. He talked about opportunities. He seemed hopeful. Instead of feeling inspired, Ravi felt uncomfortable. Because if Arjun could change his life, then Ravi might have to admit something painful. Maybe staying stuck wasn't just bad luck. Maybe it was a choice. So Ravi protected himself the easiest way possible. He dismissed it. "Don't get carried away," he told Arjun. "People like us don't become successful." Time moves quietly. Days become months, months become years. Ravi's life stayed mostly the same. Same job, same struggles, same conversations. Arjun's life didn't change overnight either, but small things started shifting. A new skill, a better opportunity, more control over his money. Nothing dramatic, just steady progress, like a tiny snowball slowly rolling downhill. One night, Ravi sat on his bed after a long shift. His body hurt, his mind felt heavy. And for the first time, he asked himself a dangerous question. What if the problem isn't my situation, but the way I think about it? He remembered all the times Arjun had tried to explain things, saving, learning, planning. Ravi had always laughed. But now the laughter felt different. It felt like regret. The next morning at the bus stop, Ravi saw Arjun again. Same street, same place where they started years ago, but they were no longer the same people. Arjun looked calm, confident, not because he was rich, but because he understood something Ravi was only beginning to realize. Your life doesn't change when your income changes. Your life changes when your thinking changes. Ravi took a deep breath. "Do you still have that notebook?" he asked. Arjun smiled. "Always." Poor people don't stay poor because they're stupid. They stay poor because they inherit beliefs that limit them. Beliefs about money, about opportunity, about what kind of life is possible. Ravi and Arjun started in the same place, but one accepted the limits he was given, the other questioned them, and that single difference changed everything. If this story feels familiar, it's not meant to judge anyone, because mindset isn't something we're born with, it's something we learn. And the moment you start questioning the beliefs that keep you stuck is the moment your future begins to change. If this story made you think, take a moment and ask yourself one question. Which character are you becoming, Ravi or Arjun? Millions of people work hard every day, but never realize the real thing holding them back isn't effort, it's mindset. The good news is that mindset can change, and sometimes all it takes is one new idea, one new habit, or one moment of awareness to start moving in a completely different direction. If you enjoyed this story, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. And subscribe to this channel for more stories about money, mindset, and the hidden habits that quietly shape our lives.